This is indeed a moment which is bitter and it is at the same time sweet. And it would be remiss not to remember our 4 colleagues who should have been with us today, but for reasons not known to us, they are not. I want to take this opportunity to reiterate my position as the Chief Justice and as the Chairperson of the Judicial Service Commission, and state that all persons recommended by the JSC and as directed by the Constitution must be appointed as judges. That is the law. I am a judge. I do not want to enter into any controversy because at the end of the day I shouldn't. I'm an adjudicator. But I'm duty bound to reiterate this position and continue to call on His Excellency the President to appoint the remaining 6 judges, 4 of whom would be joining this court. That said, ladies and gentlemen, the difficult times the judiciary is facing and the attacks on the courts and the judicial independence are not new, but they require our renewed resolve at an individual and institutional level. At an individual level, every judicial officer has a duty to safeguard their independence, and especially the independence of their judicial decisions, to be guided by our oath of office that compels us that we must decide cases without any fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, prejudice, any political, religious, or other influence. This individual judicial independence is especially important during times such as this, and indeed all the time. As I said during my own assumption of office only 3 weeks ago, the independence of the judiciary remains under serious threat of capture, and the culprits, unfortunately, are not only limited to agencies within government or politics, but also include private sector, civil society, business community, others who I will not name. As we continue to hear voices directing judges on how to decide or not to decide cases, sometimes we are told not to dare touch a matter. And then you wonder what happened to the oath of office, not to fear, not to decide based on fear.